Yeah, it's a constant problem.
They are a deep dish and other things, but for simplest.
You know, this is not ideal. Hi, I'm Jamie. This is Dead Dodge Garage, and this is a 1969 Dodge Charger. It happens to be in Chicago, Illinois. And it just so happens that I live 2,400 miles away from here. But I have every bit of faith that this little 318 is gonna get me home, no problem. Notice it's kind of loaded with stuff, and I'm not even done. See that odometer? Oh wait, let me turn the lights on. And the annoying noises. There's a lot of good stuff to see on this thing, but right at the moment, I need to get the heck out of here and make some miles, so let's do that. I do want to give a big thanks to Mike and his wife, the sellers of this car, for offering me the utmost of hospitality and buying me a pizza. That's just excellent. Yep, it's a Charger. Just driving around back streets of some chunk of Chicago. You know, this guy is not shy of the throttle pedal, I've noticed. Mike's doing me a favor and showing me a good gas spot. Tell you right now, the BBD 2-barrel needs a little love. There's basically no accelerator pump, and that's inconvenient. But going down the road, it's fine. Back to that odometer. It's now 968.9 miles since he restored it. He finished the restoration in about 2008. I will never get tired of looking over a Charger hood. First fuel stop of many. Is this crazy? Yes. Definitely yes. I've gotten down the road like 80 miles, so I guess this is a good time for a story. Mike, the seller of this car, found us through the channel, actually. He heard the Tom, Rocket Restorations. Loves to drive all over the country road commercial 3 times now ever in my life. And I was a whole lot more nervous about doing that than I was about doing this drive. Everything's going fine in my world. Despite how it may look in the camera, the headlights are not great. I can see that chunk of asphalt right in front of the car really well. Apparently I have to keep the speed down or the belt starts squealing. That's not ideal. I've got my first stop coming up here. Can I just have another like 15 miles, please? I promise I'll tighten you. 150 miles down, like a lot to go. Let's address the belt thing. This car is way too nice. Well, that's interesting. It's not that loose. Just needed that extra. It's not puking fluid anywhere. It's not making smells. Man, gas is cheap here. According to the maths, it's only getting 13 miles a gallon. So I'm gonna try and fix that. Ugh. Air-conditioned small block. Well, I got a couple degrees out of it at least. Using the muscle technique, of course. Now, let's turn up the idle speed. Just a little. It's unnervingly low. Well, at least I can hear it running now, but it's pumping popcorn. It's gonna need some attention, but that's a tomorrow problem. I guess I'll make the headlights less bad while I'm at it. It's too many roundy rounds. Oh, this is great. I can almost see now. I don't exactly have the fancy in-car lighting like those professional car shows, all right? What do you want? Oh, look, an auto transporter. That's what this car should be on, am I right? When visibility is horrible, you gotta find yourself a corporate sponsor, which basically just means someone that has headlights that work. Good news! We're in Minnesota! Crossing the Mississippi! I've never been on the wrong side of it before. I'm blind. I just noticed the engine's pinging on acceleration. And it's really, really late. Also, there is nothing out here. I keep getting a whiff of like waffles. That's weird. I haven't seen it in the light yet. Look at that. Take it all in. Except for the one ding. Don't look at that. That thing is gorgeous. Wait, where am I? Old tractors, extra holes in everything, and boats as far as the eye can see. I must be at Roosters. I got here at 4. It's 9 now. Oh, thank God.
You like it with a little bite or came? I'm waving.
Well, things are getting better. Trunk key, a classic Mopar option. Well, the good thing is the cats are keeping the other critters away.
Welcome to the realm of the damned. So,
That shouldn't sound like that.
it's perfectly fine. The 500 horse shot above that, so you're 1500 horse streetable.
Jesus.
Dual plug setup. I'm probably going to plug it off. I hate these valve covers with a passion.
Well, it looks like you have options. Life short. Stop to pet the kitty.
All customer stuff over here, and then from the blue covers out there, all the way down there is all my world.
Hey, look. Charger parts. Future revival project? Maybe.
But can Jamie make it run?
Jamie's not sure. Lumpy hood. Welcome to Minnesota.
The rear end is all out of the car.
Wow.
But it was originally a 440 Brougham.
SE stuff. Admire the fiberglass plug that fills in the same exact window opening. If you want to build a real-life Roger Dodger, that's what you need. It's structurally sound. Great. Now I need one of these. Well, this is cool. Original yellow 73 Duster with the fancy fold-down space duster seat. And it's in really good shape. Some assembly required. Ooh, slot mags.
That's a wonderful one. I'm not going to do anything but blend the car in wherever it's damaged.
This is Rooster's Roadrunner. It's kind of amazing. As you can see, it's seen some action. Wow. Rooster graduated from high school in 1978. He bought this car in 1979. Of course, Rooster and the local constabulary had different ideas about what he should be doing with this car, and it was taken off the road in 1984. Well, now, he's finally gathering up all the pieces to put it back together and make Roadrunner noises once again. What a time capsule. There's this graduation tassel. It even smells like 1980. I could get used to that. I got a couple of these down now, so I'm kind of human again. I'm not so sure my sinuses were made for the Midwest. 69 Dodge Charger. This thing performed admirably last night. Now, I'm not saying you should try this at home. In fact, I'm saying don't do that. This car was like a couple blocks from Indiana where I picked it up. And I actually had to go through a piece of there to get back to the interstate, so there's another one off my list. Then, of course, bombed all the way across Illinois and like 200 miles of Wisconsin. And now I'm in Minnesota. All very foreign lands to me. We're down a little bit of engine lubrication. Not too bad. It's definitely dirtier than the last time I looked at it. There was a weird period last night where I was hearing pinging. It did that briefly, and then it went away. I think I really need to check the timing. Unfortunately, this engine, which is not original, must be a 70 and up because it's got the balancer and timing tab for the later engine with the other style water pump. So it's basically impossible to see. Of course, I'm well practiced at just timing them by ear, but it would be nice to know. What's it start like today? Oh yeah, there's an intermittent horrible starter grinding noise. That's part of the experience, I think. It's not ideal. Smelling a little gas. Figured that out. Well, don't just stick your hand in it. I'm thinking dripping gas out of the pump, probably not the best for economy. I got the faintest whiff of gas a couple times last night. It sure didn't smell like that. That's a problem that's easily solved, as long as someone in the greater Rochester, Minnesota metropolitan area has a mechanical pump for a 318. Anyway, as I was saying, everything's basically going great. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. We need a mechanical fuel pump. Thankfully, there's apparently one in stock at the local parts store, so that's good news. I think we're gonna jump in this thing and go collect it. That's all right. Friends don't let friends buy trucks from the Midwest. Rooster, where's the truck?
Hey, go bye-bye. Oopsie.
That's all I have to say about that. E-body pistol grip. Oh, come on. Man. Now this is a superior automobile, kind of. It's not too late to drop this one in the 69. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It may be a little bit too much for her.
Chances. All right, show off. Dude, that's the twin of my car, except the interior and the roof are black. Wow. I'm driving a 69 Charger across the country. I never expected to see another one of these. But here it is. The top's just perfect. All right, back to work. Hey, we met the guy. It was awesome. Super cool. Insurance policy. Thankfully, we found this at an O'Reilly, and where am I? This is a new one for me. I've seen these pumps puke and dump gas into the crankcase. This one wasn't doing that. It was coming out around the crimp and just like pooling here. That's why it's so clean. Anyway, they look the same, so I think we're good. Oh, actually, that's not good. It's coming out the weep hole, not the crimp.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not in the oil. Judging by the smell. Or is it?
I don't know.
Oh, so I should have gotten an oil change is what you're saying?
It'll be fine.
It's not in the oil. It could have been in the oil, but it's not. So I'm going to like do that. What's your hourly rate again? I'm giving this thing the 5-minute fix before I hit the road. We've got a new mechanical fuel pump in and it's solid and the gas is staying in. So that's great. I checked the 1-idle screw last night, but I didn't have a screwdriver that could reach that one. It was 5 1/4 turns out, so that might explain some of the popping and unhappiness. Well, now we're moving in the right direction, but I got no accelerator pump shot, like at all, so it's not ideal, but it's gonna have to do. I'm sure I'm gonna have to fiddle with it more. I really need to go through the carburetor, but nope. Let's hit the road. Let's go to South Dakota. Yeah, I think all that extra idle fuel was to band-aid the pump because now it's worse. I wonder if I could find a BBD kit somewhere on the road. Probably not. It's been a time and a half at Roosters. I'm right on time as usual. It's time to get the hell out of here. Yeah, we're gonna convoy and get some fuel. Having the fuel pump just puke at Rooster's place. Yeah, perfect. I just hope I'm in a good spot when the next failure happens. Notice I said when, not if. That's what this is. Testing and tuning, but on a grand scale, you know. All you can do is be as prepared as possible. I forgot my leftover pizza. Thank you.
For what?
The hospitality, letting me leak gas in your driveway, and cooking me some breakfast.
Let's see, I loaned you a guitar, took you to the auto parts store.
All right, I'll send you a thank you card.
That'll work.
Road trip tip, especially if you're cruising with the window down. You gotta have the chapstick. Trust me on this one. Dodge Center. Great, now I gotta go there. Continue on I-90 West for 514 miles. All right. Why is this construction zone half the length of the state of Minnesota? So much corn. I want to be there, but I'm here. Rain's starting to happen for some reason. Car's doing great though. That's the good news. Sure seems happier cruising. Huh. They grow the hamburgers right next to the restaurant. I'll just apologize to Mike now for all the dead bugs I'm getting on his car. We really haven't like talked about the car, have we? Mike, the seller, restored this thing by himself. He bought it in '97. The restoration was finished in '08. He had it painted by someone else, of course, but most of the little bits he did. He did the headliner. He did this wood finish on the SE dash and center console. That's actually wood. It's a little different, but I think it's really cool. It's a nice touch. You'll have to excuse the mess, but I kind of live in here right now. And the car is also stacked full of parts, so I don't have a lot of good options, frankly. He loved this car. He was meticulous, and it shows. It's not perfect, but it's really good. There are a lot of nice little detailed touches like that. Essentially everything on the car is brand new, but 15 years old. And that can be a problem for rubber pieces and such. We did have new tires put on because, yeah, 2,400 miles on dry rotten rubber. No thank you. Unfortunately, the tire shop broke this wheel. You know, for fun. As with any car, there's some little stuff that could use attention. What is that? Huh, look at that. A Challenger GT appeared and it's like almost the same color. Apparently it's called Hellraisin? I think I need one of those someday. 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Oh yeah. It's very obvious to me that Mike absolutely loved this car. And I think I know what happened. He made it too nice. You can't drive something like this. Or can you? I totally get being afraid to scratch up your baby. I do. But like I'm always saying, these are cars. Let them be cars. Enjoy them. You know, what good does it do sitting there? He had some reservations about me making this drive, and I understand that. But I don't. I have more reservations about getting on an airplane than I did about driving this thing 2,400 miles straight. Speaking of which, ooh, these are brand new seat belts. They're really nice. Let's get back to that. Sometimes those turn signal indicators in the hood like to fly off at freeway speed. Hopefully it's fine. You know, it's probably got plenty, but gas gauge, not accurate. Doesn't inspire confidence. I've killed a lot of bugs in the last day or two. You might have noticed in the time lapse I was in a video chat with my daughter. What a goofball. Man, it just looks so much better in the sun. I have questions. What does that mean? So much corn! Why do we need so much corn? Anyway, according to my math on that fuel stop, 12 miles a gallon. I'm thinking I took too much timing out of it, so I put some back in. Let's see what that does. Oh good, just what I wanted. More smoke. South Dakota. Wow, look at the sun. Speed limit 80. This thing loves 80. Wow. It's like a sun on Tatooine or something. Man, that's a big flag. Like wildfire. I did manage to escape the corn, for a minute anyway. 273 miles to Rapid City, which is where I'm stopping for the night. The great news is there's a time zone change between me and there, so this clock is going to say I arrive at 11:45, but it's actually 10:45. Also, I just saw a Viper, and before that I saw a 71 Charger and a Dodge truck. truck on a trailer. Huh. Now it smells like cow poop. Oh, good. More corn. Aberdeen, South Dakota. I found it. Gas is way cheaper here, so that's cool. The bug guts are stacking up. I had to stop. I can't see anything. So I'm gonna clean the bug guts and adjust the headlights some more. Also, my foot might fall off. Cruise control. What a great invention. That might help the washer fluid situation, maybe. Well, that was a huge waste of time. You know, where I come from, washer fluid's totally extra. Might as well. Then I don't have to stop again tonight. Except to pee and try not to fall asleep and that sort of thing. I think I just need to keep cranking them up till they're pointed at the sky. It's so hard to tell when you're adjusting them in a gas station parking lot. Hey, I can see, so that's the good news. And the other good news, we're back up to 15 miles a gallon and change. Giant dinosaur. Rapid City, South Dakota. I think I made a poor choice in late night cuisine, so that's fun. But, well, I've been living in this drive-through. I have been intermittently keeping the engine off idle because you just don't want to do that. But headlights just started flickering. I turned them off. Hotel's not far. I might have allegedly almost jumped those tracks a bit ago. Fun times. The lesson is it just doesn't like to mostly idle and sit still with the headlights on for 15 minutes. It gets grumpy. It's all good now. It's a pretty similar color. Lazy headlight door. All right, stay put, would ya? Down, boy. Oh, good. It's still there. Basically, it's the breakfast of champions. Oh, that was close. I don't know which one I feel worse for. The car or the bug population. Ugh. Of course, I have to disable my multiple anti-theft security system installations here. I'd hate for the car to disappear in the night. It's only a 318, I might have not even heard it. Of course it won't focus, but anyway, oil, quart low again. I mean, it's gotta be going somewhere, but I do find it encouraging that it's not just smattered all over the back of the car. Advanced durability? Well, that's what we need. Well, that and some ZDDP would be nice. All the other fluids are fantastic. Because of the complete lack of accelerator pump, this thing doesn't really cold start very nicely at all. And the starter still does that sometimes. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're killing me. Technique mastered. Oh, wow. That is a horrible muffin. I'm normally not a believer in warming up these engines for extended periods of time. Unfortunately, this one's so grumpy when it's cold, I kind of have to. Still think the points need some adjustment, but I just don't have time for that. Let's get some fuel. Did I forget a pair of dirty socks? That would be really funny, but I'm not going back for them. If you've done any real seat time in a B-body like this, you're probably well familiar with the self-loosening driver's door handle. It's kind of a problem. Am I the only one who just doesn't understand interchanges like this, where the direction swap? It makes no sense. Slightly different. You know, you should get out and see America. Even if it's not in a 69 Charger, although that does improve it. I just realized this thing has nowhere near full throttle, but I don't have time to fix that right now. Coffee's even worse. All right, I've officially been on the road by myself too long. I'm talking to the Google Nav lady like she's...
Continue on US 16 West for 17 miles.
Can I finish my sentence? Person. Just keeps on getting better. Kid in that Dakota was really excited. Also, it makes a whole lot of horrible noise. It smokes really badly. The number of goofy theme parks through here is ridiculous. Old McDonald's Farm, Christmas Village, Sugar Mountain. I will always regret not stopping to see the dinosaur statues, though. Whoa. Climbing mountains like this is what the big block is for, really. There it is. Wow. Brakes are dragging now. That's interesting.
Stories to take home to your friends and family in the United States. And each tribe is different from each other. They have their own symbols. They have their own styles of dances, everything that they do. I'm here to share with you the difference in that. To be called, whether we're Lakota, Dakota, Nakota, those are three different dialects.
1,200 miles left. Yeah, fine now. Interesting. I noticed it do that once before in a parking lot. Hey, if you like the channel and you haven't done this yet, consider checking out my merch store at deaddodgegarage.com and buying hats and shirts and stuff. They're really high quality, and you're supporting me in my quest for global domination, which is great. So thanks for your consideration. Sturgis, the place where all the motorcyclists go. Car museum. Ah. I don't know what it is, but this area smells really nice. Ooh, Cummins. Wow. That's cool. Frontier Town Main Street. Swept line. Nice. Where I live, people have a habit of just tearing down perfectly good old buildings. Apparently that's not the norm in some areas. Wow. Ooh, trucks. Yeah, there's just old stuff everywhere here. I have to say, of all the states I've seen on this trip so far, South Dakota is my favorite. I really like the rusty farm truck piece of the world too. I would fit right in here. That's like a mansion on wheels. Car's doing great. I got a burrito. This is incredible. Any of you feel like you were born to do something? I feel like I was born to do this. That's a really good feeling. Wyoming. bit more, I guess. Huh. I passed this guy twice yesterday. Cojones involved in that. It's hot here. It's not ideal. Yeah, a few minutes ago I tried coming up this hill and well, I couldn't. Kind of had to turn around. So about that fuel gauge. Then I pulled into a spot, lots of people walking around, you know, and they were all real friendly. I'm very excited about the car. Yeah, the dogs wandering around were pretty friendly too. Interesting place. Did I mention the aftermarket wheel's crooked? Well, it's very crooked. It's okay, the factory wheel's in the trunk. Better late than never, right? So, about that windshield gasket. You know, we made a lot of jokes about executive parking over the years, but I think I actually found it. All right, this is too nice for me. Welcome to Butte, Montana. Butte. Live streaming studio included free of charge.
I went to the,
Look, it's that guy.
Museum of Pennsylvania. Canes and they're hunched over and stuff like that.
You are my favorite automotive YouTuber. I'm not going to say you're my favorite YouTuber. As far as cars go, you're absolutely my favorite.
Thank you.
I watch your videos. How old are you?
33.
Oh, God. See, that's the thing. You have knowledge that's way beyond your years.
I get that a lot.
People like failure, apparently.
People like failure.
That's
That's
the
the other
lesson.
thing I've learned on the channel. So that may be a problem. I might not have enough failure baked into this operation to make it a success, but
Why no? So your Charger video is not going to do well because you can get stranded on the side of the road and have to call AAA.
right, exactly. Wow. It's pretty here. Yeah, unlike the rest of this trip, I've actually been in Butte before, so at least the rest of the trip home now is kind of like being on familiar ground. Also, I forgot a hairbrush. Day 4. Go. Well, a pizza still muffin. It's a little dirty. Also, I might have allegedly lost my executive parking last night. Listen, I had to get a cheeseburger. That damn headlight door! The bath this thing is gonna need when I get back. Yep, port low. At least it's consistent. Huh. Cat prints. I was gonna get greedy and try and get full throttle, but apparently it sticks. So maybe I won't do that. You know, it's not like cold, but it's colder here this morning. So now seems like a great time to figure out why this thing's so damn cold-blooded. Choke pull-off suggested. Way wrong. Gotta open that gap up. All right. At least the coffee's a little better today. I made an executive decision, and I'll tell you why. Because this filter's tiny and small. And because I kind of think I was having a fuel starvation issue yesterday. Nailed it. Didn't change a thing, but I still feel like it was worth checking. Well, that's funny. It might have actually gotten worse. Sounds great. Maybe it's not a fuel problem. Or maybe it's worse than I thought. Well, that's new. Huh. I don't know why I was thinking fuel. I think this is actually an ignition issue. My Charger was doing exactly the same thing, and I changed the points of condenser and it was fixed. I don't really feel like changing the points of condenser right at the moment. I'm gonna try and baby it down the road, and we'll see what happens. I was planning to get out of Butte at 8. Of course, it's 9. This is the way of things. It's way too nice here. Trucks. Well, that was weird. Hasn't done it again at all. Today on Dead Dodge Garage, everything's going normal. Well, we're somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Montana, at an old private junkyard. Unfortunately, the owner passed away some time ago and it's no longer open. It's a real bummer. This wasn't a Mopar only yard, but there is a lot of good Mopar stuff here. There's a 70 Swinger over there I'd really love to own. A couple Imperials. Obviously this B-body in front of me. All kinds of good stuff. Yeah, that whole yard over there is full. Just incredible. I heard you guys like Chargers? Okay. Ooh. Status update on the car. Intermittent cutting out. Still there. Can't say it's getting worse, but it is annoying. And I think I warped a brake drum. The brakes have dragged a couple times over the course of this trip, and that was sort of weird, but it's always just magically gotten better. I think coming through this construction zone for like 10 miles, they stopped being better. A couple of the drums are hot. I'm hoping it's fine, and I'm gonna keep ignoring it. There is so much stuff here I'd love to take home. Short bed truck, Swinger, Charger, obviously. It's a good club cab over there. Unfortunately, nothing here is available at present. Oh, that's new. I think I'm losing the water pump bearing. Wow, that's great news. Deer Lodge, Montana. The Golden Spike, where the East and West Railroads connected in 1909. Really cool. I've actually been here before. Last time I was here, this was a gravel yard. Also, there was no fence and you could like touch that, which was cool. Not so cool. This thing is now a heavy smoker out the left bank. That's gonna be a problem. The water pump bearing is exiting the chat. That was a new pump 15 years and not very many miles ago, but you know, sitting's kind of hard on things. It is not leaking. There's plenty of coolant in it. It hasn't gotten hot, at least I don't think. So I think the smoking issue is unrelated. This thing has split exhaust, so it's definitely a cylinder on this side of the engine. I could pull plugs and figure out which one it is, but that information isn't really gonna help me at all. I'm still 9.5 hours from home or so. I'd call that within striking distance. And I can get someone over here with a trailer if need be. I'm gonna try and get as close as possible. Try and take it easy on this thing and just get there. I've rebuilt a 318 before. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, actually smells more like rotten eggs than anything. All right, darling, it's you and me. Let's do this. There's a pretty awesome auto museum here in the old Montana prison. We walked through here a couple years ago and it was really neat. I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, I don't have the time for that right at the moment. let's hit the highway. Take it easy, say a prayer, that sort of thing. Okay. Fun times ensuing. It's not hot. It's still smoking, but not as bad. But the cutting out just, it got much worse. Thankfully there's an exit here. Oh boy, I guess we got some crankcase pressure now, so that's cool. We're learning things. What's that all about? Oh, spring's broken. I think the weights would hold it out all the time at highway speed, so it shouldn't be dancing around too much, but that's not ideal. Points are still looking fine. I did plan for this eventuality. I brought 3 condensers with. Out of all of these, one of them is almost right. You gotta be very careful when doing this, which I learned the hard way recently. If you get the little bracket set in there wrong, it can get caught up on the cam lobes in the distributor, and then bad stuff happens. So don't do that. Also, it's really easy to lose this screw. Don't drop this down in the distributor. Don't drop it anywhere. If you gotta drop it, the intake's probably the best spot, which is what I did when I took it out. Would you, come on dude, I got places to be. Honestly, I expected exactly this to happen within the first 100 miles. It's been a lot more than that. 1,600? I don't know. I haven't been doing math properly. All right now, stay together. Oh yeah. Maybe we do still have a show. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the points be. I really think this is a condenser issue. I'm also gonna change the cap and rotor. The rotor's all right. The cap looks a little funky. The button in there is not the best. I'm seeing some white powder on some of the plug wires, which can be indicative of arcing. It would likely be arcing to the back of the air cleaner. We'll try a cap first. There's actually a set of wires in the trunk too, so it's gonna be fine either way. Where's my wrench? If you gotta break down somewhere, it's a pretty good spot. Of course, I am in the middle of nowhere. Typical. This is the way of things. I'm pretty worried about those weights dancing around in there. I almost brought a whole distributor. Why didn't I meant to bring zip ties and duct tape, but I didn't do that either. The cap that's on the car has been on the car for a long time, judging by the purple paint on it. Oh yeah. Hear that? That is compression coming out of a cylinder into the crankcase. With the breather on, you don't hear it. I'd never run it with the breather off. You can just faintly hear the noise, and I did hear it before, but it has absolutely gotten worse. So that's cool. I know it's on that side, judging by the smoke out the tailpipe. Whichever cylinder that is basically no longer winning with us. There's nothing else I can do for this poor engine on the side of the road. Hopefully the little tune-up and changing out the condenser improved the cutting out situation. We're gonna find out. All right, so far so good. Seems to be fixed, so I'm just gonna keep pointing west, but man, that smoke's gotten bad. That's either a head gasket blown into crankcase or a hole in a piston. Neither option's a good one. Yeah, the smoke's thinned out, but it's still there, and I'm kind of concerned at some point an officer of the law may have some questions. 160 miles of Montana left. Just let me get those down. Couple hours. Let me at least get close to home, would ya? Well, so much for that. I think it just pitched the belt. I'm gonna limp it to this next stop. 1 mile. Ugh. Oh, I'm not gonna make it up the hill. Damn it. Well, I'm boned. The question is, did it get the radiator? The answer is, I'm kind of afraid it did. Damn it. Man, I heard it go that first time, and I can almost guarantee the water pump hadn't yet taken out the radiator, but I just couldn't leave it right there. There was like construction-y stuff happening, and I just had to get off the side of the freeway. So I fired it up once more so I could get to this exit. Of course, this exit with absolutely nothing in it. And that's when I heard it tag the radiator. So yeah, the right water pump is waiting for me in Spokane, Washington, which is still 3-4 hours away. I'm not gonna make it there. So thankfully I invested in AAA for this trip, and they're on their way. It's only gonna be 2 hours. That's fine. And then I'm gonna get into Missoula, and I'm gonna see if I can get the wrong water pump, turn it into the right water pump, and probably replace the radiator with a truck radiator, because that's where I'm at. Of course, as you all know, I'm super smart and good at everything, and I was planning to make my provision stop in Missoula. I'm currently out of drinking water, which is not ideal, so this'll work. Oh, that is some damn fine water. I don't think I've ever had this type of water before noon in my life. Because I've got some time to kill, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this apart now. Get a jump on it. The wrong water pump as the right water pump situation won't work. I could do the alternator brackets, but the power steering bracket needs that location. There's no block brace on this one. It's just those 2 bolts, which is really goofy. So, plan B. We've got a friend, Chris, who we've bought all kinds of Mopars from. He lives in Missoula, or roughly Missoula, which just happens to be within my AAA tow range. And he says he's got a 318 sitting there that probably has the right water pump, so I guess I'm headed there. The radiator is going to be the biggest problem, but it may be one of those pinchy pliers, solder, depressurize the cap type situations. It's just a 318. It doesn't need that much cooling. I can't even talk right now. No, we're good. I mean, this is a little stressful, but not too bad. We've also got the Bravo Strike Force. That's Evan from Rocket, heading this way with a trailer as the backup to the backup plan. So yeah, that's good, but he's 8 hours away. Obviously, failure was always a possibility. A likely one, really. At least it's pretty, and it's not pouring rain. The biggest thing is I'd really like to get home to my family, and that's supposed to happen this evening. Not so sure on that now. I don't think you're gonna see another 69 Charger broken down on the side of the highway today. I'm gonna take that as a point of pride. Almost 1,800 miles. That's what I've driven this thing. And it's like 600 to home, or less at this point. Man, definitely not ideal. I'll give you that. I'm a little more worried about the radiator. This is okay. This, all right, yeah. Okay, but that, not so good there. A very nice state employee who saw the little dramatic action on the highway that I had brought me some drinking water. After all that smoking, there's that much left in there. I like this guy already. He's just owning the road. Oh, hell yeah. Not what we wanted to see, but let's be honest, we all knew it was coming. Yeah, this view's all right too. I think I liked it better from the driver's seat though. Well, I think I'm in the right place, so that's good. Already on. Well, the Charger's acclimating well, so that's good. A radiator appeared as if by magic. A big thank you to Steve with Flying M Speed and Aeromotive. He just randomly had 6 radiators new in boxes, and I picked the closest one. Honestly, it's not even that close, but we're gonna make it work. Yeah, it's not good for the chicken. Did you know that those are not light? No, they're not. Yeah, what are a few metal shavings among friends? Here's our guy. It's not pretty. I searched all over for an iron small block water pump. Turns out the only one anywhere near to here is bolted onto this original 340 Barracuda. So I'm gonna borrow it. Humongous thank you to our friend Chris for the landing spot here and helping out with some parts and such. Oh, and we can't forget lunch. Brisket was pretty good. That's not my fault. I've got decent aim. There was a hole in the drain pan we were using. Water pump, gasket intact. Almost intact. Time for more science. Made a gasket. It broke, but that's fine. Like it never happened, kind of. I think I used up all my lifelines. I got an aluminum radiator that appeared by magic. I stole a used iron pump off of a 69 340 Barracuda. I've got 7 cylinders still doing the thing, 1 not at all doing the thing. And I'm gonna hit the road again. My coworker Evan is headed this way with a car trailer, and we're gonna meet somewhere in the middle. This poor engine is just shot, but at least I can get on the road, get down a little ways, save both of us some time. Oh yeah, everything's going awesome, and I got a bloody nose. I've been waiting for that. Oh, good. Dust. I'm sorry, car. I'll give you a hell of a bath when we get home. And you know what? I'll find you a fresh engine, or I'll fix this one. You deserve it. I was supposed to do 10 hours of driving today. I think I got an hour down this morning, maybe. That whole debacle took 8 hours. Nice. Man, this road up to Chris's place was all uphill, so at least the Charger's having a nice, easy time getting down it. At the bottom of this hill is Missoula, Montana. If I get to the bottom of this hill and the car's really unhappy, I'm just gonna hit the brakes right there. But it actually seems to be all right. I don't know that it would make it all the way home, but we're doing fine, and it's staying even cooler than before. I've still got great oil pressure. There's never been any mechanical noise from the engine, just the horrible, atrocious blow-by. This is just beautiful country. Man. Hey, that ain't good. I don't know what I did, but this car is mad at me. All right, I know exactly what I did. I hauled butt through the middle of America at like 80 for 3 days. But it was fine. It was doing great. Until today. I want to make some more miles and meet Evan in a tiny little dot on the map in Montana. Also, I found a courtesy escort. Nice young fella found me at the gas station, offered tools, and offered to follow me to that next town because that's where he's heading anyway, so awesome. This trip has been awesome. I have 0 regrets. The engine's unfortunate, but that's a problem easily solved. We'll have the radiator record too. This thing will be even better when we're done with it. And it gave me almost 1,800 miles with no problems. It just decided to have all the problems today. Oh good, another super slow construction zone. That's what pissed it off last time. Yeah, I mean it might have gotten home, maybe. The corporate sponsor says there's a good loading spot this way, so here we go. Well, guess that's all for that then. The headlights are going again. Nice. Yeah, stopping. What a good idea. The cavalry has arrived. Problem solved, I guess. Oh, look, a rock. Also, Evan's here. It's quiet out here. And there's stars and stuff. It's kind of creepy. All right, you stay there. Ah, the comforting chorus of the 24-valve Cummins engine. Oh, yeah. Well, so far so good, I guess. And now we're here, so basically things are looking up. Things are looking up. Evan wore the uniform. He's prepared. All right, 8 hours to go or something. Exit 0? That's incredible. Hey, we're in Idaho. I finally escaped Montana. That is very on fire. Wow. Ooh, delightful. Beer and haircut. A great night out? Oh look, it's Washington, but the wrong part. Brr, this is terrible. Whee! Wow. Interstate 5. Yay. Off of I-5. Yay. Oh. I left the Charger in the Cummins behind and got back in the tiny Japanese car to go home and sleep. Almost home. Sun's coming up. Ow. Time to go die now. Well, it's not a Charger, but it also got me home, so there's that. Man, I didn't get in a car at all for an entire day. I didn't even put on pants. Now I'm somewhat recovered from the road trip, kind of. So let's get back to the car and see what's what. Well, it's not on fire yet, that's the good news. Wow, they already washed all the dead bugs off it. Don't mind me, just cleaning out my desk. Apparently the water pump gasket I made is leaking. I, for one, am shocked and appalled. Got half a mind to keep this as a story, you know. Maybe use it as a doorstop. I do already have a really good doorstop. Tom missed a couple bugs. Morning, darling. So funny, it actually like starts and runs now. Sometimes. Occasionally. Well, we don't have to worry about mosquitoes, that's the good news. Don't go in there! Yeah, it's kind of got that broken lawnmower sound now. But it still runs. Oh yeah. Just kind of feels like home now. Whoa, there's a deer. It's interesting and kind of strange being back on roads I actually know with this thing. Well, here we are in the spot. Someone even picked up all the red vines. Amazing. This car and I drove 1,800 miles together. It was supposed to be 2,400 miles, but still, that's pretty good. All right, it's a little worse for wear than when I left. It's not ideal, but at least it's got a shiny new radiator that cost a bunch of money and doesn't look right or fit right. That's the good news. That was a crazy adventure. It could have gone better. It also could have gone much worse. Personally, I'm looking forward to doing it again. Beyond the obvious mechanical issues, there are some other things we're going to have to address here. Because of a pretty serious accident in its previous life, the front end is a little catty, so we're going to realign that. Should turn out great. The seat foam is slightly disintegrating, so it's going to need an interior detail, and there are some other goofy things going on. All in all, not bad. I'm still missing one of my little earbud pads in here somewhere. Hopefully that turns up. Now you can definitely look forward to more videos as we get this thing back into shape. For instance, as I dig into the engine and see what I ruined. This is a really long video. My longest ever by like a lot, I think. So if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate your dedication. And I have opinion questions for you. I think I know the answer to this first one, but I'll ask it anyway. If you had a car like this, a sweetheart cruiser, one that you wanted to drive everywhere, all the time, what would you do here in the engine compartment? Would you fix whatever's wrong in this little 318? Would you build a 360 to look like the factory 318 and dress it with the factory air conditioning stuff? Or would you get wild and drop a 440 in here? Or a modern Hemi? I guess that's an option. It's also very expensive though, so I'll just say now we won't be doing that. Personally, I think a nice fresh 360 painted Chrysler blue, hiding under a factory type air cleaner, would be a great fit. And no one would be the wiser that it was there. The factory engine's already long gone, so I don't see that making a big difference. Personally, I love a 383, and that'd be a good choice too. The problem with that is the AC system is absolutely staying, and we'd have to find every little bit of hardware to make that conversion. Ditto the 440. It's not just going to drop in there without quite a bit of effort, so I'm thinking small block makes the most sense for a lot of reasons. But hey, the color's already very wrong, so why not keep going, right? Second opinion question. If you owned my red 68 numbers matching 383 Charger with white interior and white top, in quite good shape, but in need of some eventual rust repair, but you could sell it and buy this car, would you? This color is just magnificent, and this car doesn't even know what rust is. But it's a 69, so it doesn't have the Corvette rip-off taillights. And I've always preferred the 68 grille. But this one is magnificent. It's in great shape. Air conditioning, center console, black leather seats. There are a lot of good things going for this car. And we just did 1,800 miles together. Sure, it was supposed to be 2,400, but that's still pretty good. And I feel a certain level of attachment to it at this point. I also love the Kragers, despite one of them being broken. Man, decisions are hard. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Yeah, it's just way too nice. I do love the 68 dash too, but this view just feels natural at this point. I mean, the clock works. Come on. Yeah, it's actually almost exactly 1,800 miles that I went. The odometer now reads this, 2,653.8. I want it. Although, as Tom likes to say, I kind of just want everything. He's not wrong. Oh wow, the sun's back. Well, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. This was a video and indeed an adventure unlike anything I'd ever done. If this happens to be your first time on my channel, check out my other videos. I do projects, technical guides for classic Chryslers, all kinds of useful things, with a little bit of silliness baked into taste. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, buy the ticket, take the ride. Oh good, it's squealing again. I could definitely get used to this. Take a good rest there, darling. Hey, you're in good company.